Today is Monday, January 15th, 2018, and everyone's losing their minds over a post that Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg made last week. This week on the ServiceMonster Show. So Zucks makes a post, and that's followed up by a Facebook news article, and everyone loses their damn mind about the fact that there's going to be some changes to the newsfeed algorithm. Now, the thing that I find funny is the people who are propagating the panic of this are the very people who will be affected, mostly clickbait. One of the articles that I saw had clearly stated it was from Inc.com, but only to click to find it was not an Inc. article, it was by somebody else. So here's the deal. We're going to put Zuck's actual post up here and you can go read it, because a lot of the people who were talking about how it's going to affect them actually didn't either read the post or Facebook's news article on it. Now, there are some changes being made and you should be aware of them. But this isn't the first time this has happened, folks. As a business in 2013, we had a massive paradigm shift where your page could generate traffic and content delivery and engagement through organic delivery. You could put something up and on your page, a lot of your fans would see your content. And then they changed that, so a very small portion did. And now we all know the game. If you can get people to engage, the more and more people that engage, the more and more people from your page will see it. You boost them through posts, and advertising revenue will allow you to get in front of yet more people. And so back in 2013, that was a big shift and everybody panicked. But now we have the best advertising platform money can buy, and it is still completely undervalued. The other thing that I want to mention is I called this. The result of this is going to be less advertising space. Ergo, the rule of supply and demand will say that that cost is going up. So a year and a half ago, I was screaming how we had 3 years before we went to the way of Google pay-per-click. 2007, it was 25 cents a click. Now it's $4.25 a click for those same keywords. Talking about MySpace and things that I know. But the same thing has been going on in everybody's relevant terms. And so, yeah, I expect Facebook advertising costs to increase. I also think it's going to be harder to get in front of the client unless you're delivering value content. Read what Zuck's saying, that he wants meaningful engagement surrounded by friends and family. This is a big deal. So they're going to de-emphasize posts by pages and publishers. They're going to de-emphasize ads a little bit. But who they're really going after here is those bait click type stuff, right? You click on it, it has nothing to do with the post, or it kind of tricks you into viewing content. Obviously, those guys are going to be the first to go. And ads that are straight up ads that bring no value or relevance, you might start seeing increases in what you pay. I still think this is going to be undervalued though. I still think we have 18 months before you see the real increase in pricing. But for now, watch your Facebook ad performance matrix. Like, watch that chart and see how it changes over time. You're probably going to be spending a little more for a little bit less engagement. Don't freak out though. Big picture type stuff. Where else are you going to hit your core demographic with this kind of price? This week on Smug. So the first post here by Ed talking about mobile technician. He logged in and didn't see any jobs. This is not uncommon, guys. Admins who don't have their account correctly set up to their employee and don't have those employees assigned correctly to jobs won't see anything. And so call support if you can't figure it out. But if you go to your employee and user settings, your account that you're logging in with should be attached to an employee account. That employee account needs to be the technician assigned to the job. That's it. Once you have that in place, then everything else will snap too. So Brandon brings up an interesting point and something I've been meaning to talk about for a bit. ServiceMonster 6 Google Calendar Sync is a little different than 5. You actually have to go into 6 and set it up. And I know for those of you who are using Google Calendar and are using 5, you may have popped into 6 only to find your Google information isn't there. That's only because you haven't set it up through 6 yet. And before, we had to set it up through 5, Mobile 2, and now ServiceMonster 6. But for 6, we changed the way we're setting up, and so you should only have to set it up there from now on and not worry about things like Technician and Mobile 3. So go find those settings, underneath the marketplace, Google Calendar sync, and walk through that setup again. Alan brings up that he's finished his Ring Central account. He's looking at his soft phone settings and he wants to be able to bring up a link that opens ServiceMonster when the phone rings. And you can certainly do that. There's two ways to do it. We'll put a link in the show notes, but just know that you can do that. So if you set up and you have a soft phone on your desktop, you can launch a browser, put in the phone number, and ServiceMonster will automatically show you a list of results. This week, inside ServiceMonster. Training videos are moving forward. Stephanie's doing an amazing job. We've moved to the production phase and she's cranking them out like crazy. It's going to end up on a help site on our ServiceMonster.net site that'll help you guys understand kind of context, develop some courses, and provide some text to go along with it. But if you just want to hack and just go see what they look like, feel free to go to our YouTube channel under the ServiceMonster 6 training videos and you'll see them there. ServiceMonster product updates. ServiceMonster 6.1.6 got a hotfix last week allowing you to save those dialogues. This was preventing saving of marketing campaigns and some of the drip campaign settings. That's been addressed. Go crazy. And we're hoping to get out a release this week of ServiceMonster 6.1.7. There's about 40 trackers, and we're focused on making changes and overhaul to service items on the order, and we're going to be adding a default payment option from Stripe. From everyone here at ServiceMonster, thank you so much for your attention. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, go check out the demo, and give us a call.